Being authentic, being who we are supposed to be, it's really interesting to me because when I think about what that takes, and I think about how effective we can be with other people. Now, this is a wonderful network event, isn't it? Give yourselves a hand for coming out this morning. Fantastic. And it's interesting because I don't know if you've already done it, but you've introduced yourselves to probably a few people, yes? Okay. And when we introduce ourselves to people, we're really good at telling them all about what we do for a living, where we work. Isn't that what we typically do? But you know, I think that it's really important to do something else, and that is not only to focus on what we do, but to also remember who we are. Now, let me explain what I'm talking about. Don't be alarmed that the screen went black. It's perfectly okay. What I want you to do is this. I would like you to focus on who you are. Now, I bet nobody's ever asked you that question before, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I want you to the person who's sitting next to you, I want you to look at each other deeply in the eyes. Come on, deeply. Beautiful. Hold on. Now, this is funny because you don't even know why you're doing it. All right, now there's a reason for everything that we're going to do in the short time that we're together, because I believe that by modelling and experiencing great leadership, we are really highly likely to remember the information that we hear this morning. So when I asked you to look at each other deeply in the eyes, by the way, I wanted you to also just be sure that you like the person that you're sitting with. Okay. It's much more interesting, isn't it, to focus on who we are, not only what we do. Because who we are is all about our character. Do you believe that you have the ability to influence other people? Absolutely. How do we influence other people? We influence other people by our demeanour, we influence other people by our passion, we influence other people by our energy, we influence other people by being the very best that we can be. And we should never underestimate the power of our influence. And indeed, it's very much a part of the leadership profile that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. The word influence comes up at least 3 or 4 times in that description. So we influence people. And that's why I think that it's wonderful to think about the word leadership as being a state of mind.